What's up, my brothers and my sisters from another mister? So today we're going to do a comic book review of Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 18, where Gunslinger Spawn and Simmons are unlikely allies and they team up against all odds, and you will see what I mean at the end of this review. Brought to you by Rated Comics. Let's get to it. So previously on Gunslinger Spawn, Gunslinger barely escapes a savage attack by a group of angels by stealing some of their power. And in some seedy motel room, Taylor is playing video games with dinosaurs and just, going to work on this, like a Call of Duty dinosaur version, or Fortnite. Fortnite's a lot bigger game. We're going to call it Fortnite because he's into it. He gets tapped behind the shoulder and it's Gunslinger Spawn looking all heavenly hell spawn-like and with the angel wings, and he's just not feeling good. And that's what he tells him, so he falls face first to the ground. All Taylor can do is just yell, Javi, wake up, tell me what's wrong, where'd you get these wings from? I said wake up, and he just collapses right there and closes his eyes. Panicked, Taylor jets out the room, heading to the only place that makes sense to him, but it'll take him more than 45 minutes to get there. Wahia! He goes to the Shaman, which is, he's meditating, doing his thing, and all he could do is just tell him that, hey, Javi's sick and you need to help, and Wahia is like, boy, you're trespassing. This is a second place. I don't give a shit. Our boy needs our help. And listen to me, old man. I've been through this enough times with him. I don't care if you think his strength won't fail him, and this boy's been tested before. Gunslinger Spawn been tested before. He's got some damn wings on. It makes no damn sense. You got to help him. So the Shaman, after listening, instantly changes his attitude for some reason and then barks an order. You need to take me to him now. And he does that. Once back at the motel, Taylor makes a special call to She-Spawn. So wherever at the headquarters, I believe it's the Scorch headquarters, She-Spawn tells Spawn, after hearing the phone call from Taylor, stop with the excuses, Spawn. I'm not buying him. What did you say to Javier? I didn't talk to him. Because whatever it is, he quit the team. I just gotta call something's wrong with him, and besides, he's been acting reckless. And Spawn's like, man, that's not my problem, bruh. Well, he should be. We both need soldiers like him on our army, and you know it. He barely escaped Clown's attack last time, and all Spawn can think about is Clown. He's back, and She-Spawn tells him that's all you care about is your enemies. You're pathetic. Gunslinger needs our help, and he's an ally. Why don't you think about him first? Did you forget about some code of honor that you used to have, Simmons? You were a soldier. And Simmons is like, man, that's a luxury left long ago. Just tell me where he is. And She-Spawn's like, only if you leave now. Now on this panel right here, for 20 minutes, the medicine man has been droning on with his spiritual chants, and Taylor could just sit back in anxiety. He's anxious. Should I take him to the hospital? What the hell's wrong with them? Gunslinger's not looking so good. And Wahia ignores Taylor as he continues chanting, and the Gunslinger Spawn goes up for air. Gasp for air. And Wahia's like, man, look, Taylor, your friend is quite sick. His wings are from God, are poisoning the costume given to him by Satan. And he's been using far too much power protecting others instead of himself. Meaning what? And Gunslinger Spawn gets up in pride. Meaning he worries too much. I'm fine. And while he is like, sadly, no, you're not. Your body's trying to bond with that heaven suit too quickly, and your spirit is meant to soar, but not this way. You're still a wolf cub. You're not ready to be an eagle yet. And Gunslinger Spawn is like, you've told me that most of my life, Wahia. Well, I'm done being a cub. Time to be an eagle. And while he is like, you're adrift now in a world you do not fully understand. Now isn't the time to abandon your teachings. Remember what I taught you. And the Gunslinger is like, man, my tribal training has nothing to do with you. And while he is like, nah, bro, it has everything to do with it. Protect the boy. That's your first priority. And Taylor's like, what, you talking about me? I mean, you treat me like I'm a kid. Well, you are a kid compared to what's going on, bruh. But it's all good. And Wahia tells Gunslinger, you need to be patient. I don't have a cure for you. And his body absorbs the wings. And as he does that, and Gunslinger's like, what? Patience? That's what got Amy killed. You were there. You know that. And while he is like, no, your lack of preparation is what killed her. You weren't willing to learn what your enemies were doing to her. Those wings are the same. You need to be willing to know what they're doing to you. God wants you to think they're ready for them. That's his trap, just like they trapped your sister. So learn from this tragedy, otherwise you'll just repeat itself. Guys, says Taylor, pump the brakes. I mean, can we get a drink or something? Because your boy thirsty. We can figure this all out. But Gunslinger Spawn leaves, and he's pissed. And Taylor's like, should I go after him? And Wahia's like, nah, I've seen him like this before. Let him blow up some steam. But you, boy, we haven't begun your training yet. And Taylor's like, what training are we talking about? But meanwhile, a few blocks away, Javier attempts to hide himself, though the quietest of sounds alerts him that he's no longer alone. His instincts kick in. He throws a knife and it hits Spawn in the head, and Spawn's like, impressive. But a trick like that, as you should know, only works on angels. And next time you make a mistake like that, it'll get you killed. And Javier's like, all right, well, thanks for the tip. And so now they strike up a conversation. I heard you're quitting the Scorch. Why is that? And Javier is like, that wasn't much interested in the first place to me. Then why'd you join, says Spawn. Truth is, I wanted to get close to you because in order to get close to you, I was hoping you'd find a way to send me back into my time. And Spawn's like, believe me, if I could do that, I would have done it already. And Gunslinger Spawn's like, figured as much. I'm also bothered by the fact that how my enemies can find me so damn easily. Like clowns, says Spawn. He's one of them, but I'm more curious about Cagliostro. You know how I could track him? And Spawn's like, oh no. He calls himself Sin now, and he's become very powerful. And Gunslinger's like, not surprising. He was trying to steal my powers away. And that was an older Spawn issue. I believe Spawn 307 or Spawn 308. I don't recall exactly, but that's a lot. That's definitely a Spawn reference right there. And I don't know why we don't see no editorial notes on it, but that's okay. So Spawn tells him, the clown, where'd you fight him? And Gunslinger's like, why is that of interest to you? He killed my wife, says Spawn. Why is it interest in Sin? Now, before Gunslinger Spawn can answer, an awkward silence falls upon them, and then he answers, he helped kill my sister. And Spawn's like, well, your weapons. Let's see how you're planning on stopping him. So he looks at his weapon after Gunslinger Spawn gives it to him, and Spawn's like, look, here's the thing. You need to stay alive long enough to tell me where the clown is. You go up against Sin with this shit, he'll vaporize you real quick. You need to upgrade. And with that being said, the two Hell Spawns are enveloped by Spawn's swirling cape, only to disappear elsewhere. And they go into Spawn's armory. And Gunslinger's like, yeah, I could get jiggy with this shit. And Gunslinger Spawn flexes like, don't know what kind of damage these things can do, but I'm sure you're gonna tell me, right, Spawn? Because we both know bullets can't stop our big ass enemies. And Spawn's like, well, you're right, cowboy, but it sure as hell can slow them down if they don't have legs to walk on. And Gunslinger Spawn's like, yeah, be more than happy to shoot them off. But unfortunately for Gunslinger Spawn, his presence seems to have been located once again. But this time, instead of his enemies going after him, they make him come to them, and he goes through this void. And after that, he is pried back to Earth, and the angels there await him like, yeah, it's time for this shit to jump off right now. So they wonder why his trip through the black hole took so long, and the other angels like, he has no idea how easy he has been to become tracked. And this other angel's like, well, he was being cloaked by the other Hell Spawn. It's why it took him some time to find. And this other angel from the previous issue's like, you hear that, demon? I can find you anywhere. There's no place you can hide, boy. Though you not need to worry about that much longer. He tosses him because the other warriors know what it means when the prisoner is tossed their way. It's a chance for them to soften them up. Soften up that victim. Land some blows, give them a little softening up, exercise some authority with them real quick. Now, they inflict as much pain as possible, and they're ordered to string him up by the big alpha juggernaut angel. It's a ritual they perform hundreds of times, though this one is strangely interrupted for a moment by a blinding light. Then all returns to normal. It's time we end this permanently, says Juggernaut Angel. Watch my warriors. The only way to kill this creature is they put a hole through the place where his heart once was. And he does just that through his stick. And yeah, we gotta admire this image right there for a moment. That's it. That's the end of this issue. Obviously, I thought this was gangster. Loving Gunslinger Spawn, and I know you're loving it too. Link in description if you wish to add this comic book to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry, and also don't forget to check out RatedComics.com to add some really cool comics and or some of our Rated Comics exclusives to your comic book collection. I absolutely enjoyed this issue, and I think it's gangster. I'm looking forward to how this is going to continue. Lastly, this review is sponsored by coffee, so if you'd like to buy your boy a cup of coffee, link in description or donate to the Super Thanks. But the greatest compliment you guys could do is by liking this video and subscribing to Rated Comics YouTube channel. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.